Well, good morning. Welcome back to Neptune Fish Tarot. My name is Alicia. So today we're going to do our new moon in Aries reading. Today, Sunday, is it the 11th? Yeah, it's the 11th of April, 2021. Wow, time is flying, you guys. So it's the new moon in Aries. We are deep into Aries, more than halfway through it at this point. And we've been in Aries season now for like 3 weeks already? The planets have all been direct. There's been a lot of intense energy going on, and I want to start out by talking briefly about the astrology. Under this new moon in Aries, we have a couple of really major transits going on. So besides the fact that when we have a new moon, that means that the moon and the sun are conjunct in the sign of Aries. The sun is exalted in the sign of Aries. It likes to be in Aries. Aries is all about initiating fiery, forward-moving energy, new beginnings, right? So the sun likes it here. The moon, not so much. The moon doesn't always bode well in Aries. So whenever you have a conjunction, two planets that are on top of one another, it always creates a tense energy. So just keeping that in mind. But it is a time for new beginnings. It is a time for new starts. It's a time to begin the cycle again, as we do each month, right? Under the energy of the sign that it's in. Now, in addition to that being the case, we also have a very distressing aspect between Pluto, the great destroyer, the great transformer, in Capricorn, with Venus, the planet of relationships, of love, of self-worth, of harmony and beauty, all things beautiful, all things lovely. We have a tense relationship there, and it's an exact square between those two planets. And so what I have to say about that is right at the outset, you may experience and probably have been experiencing some real disharmony, whether it's an undercurrent and an unspoken passive disharmony in relationships, or whether it's been, especially this past week and moving into the upcoming week, actually the past couple of weeks, since we had the full moon in Libra, our last, full moon cycle, we've probably had a lot of relationship issues coming up, and it's directly tied to this Venus Pluto square that I am referring to now. Okay, so it's exactly square today. All right, and so it's going to be a theme that's going to continue on into this new moon phase. So there's that one, and then there is a third aspect right now that's going on, and that is the what is it? Oh wow. What is it, you guys? Venus, Moon, Mercury, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Pluto, Capricorn. Well, it'll come to me when we go through all of this. The main thing is that we've got 5 planets in Aries right now. And so being that is, we've got Sun, Moon, obviously, today. And then we've got Mercury, Venus, and Chiron. So there's going to be some really great opportunities this new moon cycle to work through and move the needle on a lot of this tension. There are probably going to be a lot of people who decide to dissolve relationships altogether. There's going to be other people who are going to be able to resolve issues within relationships too and to move them forward. And so it's going to depend upon a lot of factors, um, ultimately, whether or not you want to do that. So, um, that all being said, we do have a really interesting read today. And I did pull out, um, using 4 different oracle decks. 5 oracle cards came out. We're using Chris Ann's Light Seers Tarot for the tarot message itself. And so I think I'm going to start the message with the oracles. We're going to hone right in on this. Trusting tricksters. The tricksters. Hold on a second. I don't think I have my. Yeah, here we go. The trickster's only power is your trust. You are always free to withdraw it. So, right off the bat, we're going to talk about for those of you who are in relationship with others, and this can be any form relationship, friend, lover, family, partner, whatever, coworker, doesn't matter. People who take advantage of your goodwill, of your good nature, of what you can do for them, and take all of that and use it to manipulate you, use it to entice you into their trap, into their web. These are the kinds of relationships that this reading is going to shine a light on. Okay, this is the kind of relationship that Pluto would be indeed trying to dissolve with Venus. All right. And if we go to the left to the Metamorphosis card, power and strength lie within our surrender to change. Yeah. And again, very Plutonic, right? Because Pluto is the powerhouse. He is the one that comes in and gives us the confidence and the ability to make those changes. And oftentimes he will help the situation by setting up scenarios that occur, and when they do, we at that point have to respond. And so there's 2 ways to respond, right? When we become aware that there's somebody in our midst who is really just trying to take us on a ride, take advantage, and it can be overt, like, and I'll just disclaimer, right? Like if it's overt, somebody's just overtly abusive, all of the narcissistic, that's a buzzword lately, but if there is harm going on, okay, disclaimer here, you just need to go. You need to get out. You need to go find someplace safe. You need to call up a friend. You need to call up an emergency shelter, that type of thing. Okay. This reading is more for those who have just really been feeling stuck, right? Like up to this point where there's no forward momentum in your relationships, or a relationship could be one, could be many, whatever. That's for you to decide. But, upon reflection, there's no forward momentum. Um, Maybe the communication has completely shut down, or it's toxic and it's just not going anywhere. Um, you feel like you're just spinning your wheels. And this can go on for years with people, right? You can be in a partnership, for instance, where you have gone on and on and on for years feeding, and you're the one who's feeding the relationship, and you get absolutely nothing in return. It's not reciprocal, it's not balanced. And you've been stuck, right? And you just, like, no matter what you do, no matter what effort you put in and what you try to do, you can never change it. It never changes, and sometimes we come to the conclusion that the person that we're dealing with just doesn't want to. They're not for us. They're abusive. They're controlling. They're manipulative. They take advantage. They take advantage of your goodness, of your kindness, of your love, of what you give them freely. And because that's who you are and because that's who they are, it's a mismatch of energy, right? And so then that brings us to the number 9, Uranus. And I want to say right now, this is how beautiful tarot is. The planet Uranus right now is at 9 degrees of, gosh, I can't English this morning, you guys. I'm sorry. Uranus is at 9 degrees of Taurus. Which, how funny is that? But Uranus is the one who comes in and says, nope, not gonna do it. Uranus is the great awakener, all right? He comes in and just creates chaos. Suddenly, like a lightning bolt, all of a sudden, the influence is like you wake up one day, it's like, not today, Satan, not today. I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not allowing this in my life anymore. The change is imminent and you can't resist it, right? The writing is on the wall. The energy right now with these planets is bringing all of this stuff up because it's time for you to evolve and it's time for you to grow. The universe wants you to live this wonderful life. This is all the stuff that, if you're really honest, you want anyway. You want for yourself. Yes, is it painful? Of course. There's a lot of human emotion that comes into making these kinds of decisions, right? Especially when it comes to our relationships one-on-one. And there are factors, right? There are all kinds of factors that factor into, you don't want to spill the apple cart. You don't want to be the one. You'll get guilt come up. You'll get, feelings of all kinds of feelings coming up. There may be practical considerations. Oh, I can't make a change because of finances, which is also, by the way, something that Venus rules, is money, right? What are relationships always tied to? Emotions and money, right? And we're under a new moon. So our emotions are very much raw. They're very much in question. They're very much in play here. But we can't use our human mind to rationalize this stuff, okay? And that's what this new moon in Pisces card is referring to. You're going to have to start to go in to meditate and contemplate, okay? Because your own intuition is going to provide you with the answer and the solution, okay? This is not something that that you can do on your own. And then conversely, community. And the community card ties into the same thing. It takes a village. I mean, we all have heard that, right? So you know, get some help. Make some phone calls. You know, if you don't have family, friends, somebody supportive, get professional help, okay? But this is serious business, okay? This is your life, and now is the time. Now is the time to make these changes. And you may not even have an option. Uranus and Pluto may come in and rip the rug out, and you may find yourself very, very quickly with this Aries energy, like this week. This could all be unfolding literally this week. I wouldn't be surprised. And so the tarot really just, and look at, we've already gone on for like 17 minutes, but that's okay. That's okay. I think this is an important reading. The sun is in Aries. It's here to illuminate for us. Where are we going to find our joy? You know, what is the dissonance going on between where we are today and where we would like to see ourselves? Okay. Do you want to stay or do you want to go? That's the question. Do you want to stay where you are? Or do you want to go? Because I feel like you've been resisting making this choice to walk away from something that's really emotionally disturbing, that's really, it means a lot to you, right? These relationships, they're long-term things. They're things that have meant something to you. They're things that are really, really upsetting to walk away from, right? But look, she's walking towards a new sun on the horizon. Okay? She's walking towards emotional fulfillment. And she's walking away something that just no longer serves her. And it's going to take time. Okay? Your heart needs time to heal. You need time to rest. You need time to meditate and contemplate. Okay? Get still, get quiet. Healing will come. It always does. 10 of Cups, fortune after difficulty. I get that saying from one of my favorite tarot readers. He always says, 10 of Cups, fortune after difficulty. It is, right? 10 of Cups is the most emotionally fulfilling card in the deck. It's beautiful. So this is what we're heading towards, right? And this is what we're all here to have this. We're all capable of manifesting this 10 of Cups, right? But it does require action. It does require deciding to take this action. You've got to take steps. You've got to move. All right. Here we see the trickster. For some people, you may need to move discreetly. You know, It may be a situation where you have to very quietly, under the light of the moon, in the dark of the night, um, the smartest thing that you may do is not broadcast, not say a word. You may just quietly, discreetly walk away and never look back. Because here she is. Oh boy, howdy. She's in a happy space, isn't she? Taking that Knight of Wands. She's moving fast, right? So the decision is to move, right? Underneath this, do I stay? Do I go? I'm going. I'm doing it. I've made the decision that this happiness, this joy, this 10 of Cups, it belongs to me. I'm doing it. Okay. I'm going to hold on. Okay. I'm going to, I'm going to keep battling. 4 of Pentacles, 9 of Wands, right? I'm going to stay strong. I'm going to keep going. It's been tough. It's been hard. I'm weary. I'm defensive. I'm not necessarily in a real open place, right? I'm a little bit shut down emotionally, mentally. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. You will heal that. You will heal that. Just go. Make the decision. That's where you want to be. Don't look back. Just go. All right, you guys. I know that was a really heavy reading, but somebody needed to hear it. This is what is on offer this week. The cycle in Aries. I know it's painful and hard for a lot of us. It's okay. We're being held and supported by the universe. Okay? We're going to make it through. We're going to make it through. All right? So, you guys, I hope that you do have breakthroughs in your week, clarity coming in, vision for your future, and healing for your hearts. And I will see you guys next week. Bye.